Hello everyone, coming at you today really quick here. It's been a long time, probably a couple months now since I've done a what I eat in a day video for you all, but some of you have been requesting that I do another one, and so here you go. I am happy to provide you with your requests when they are things like this. There's footage and everything. I filmed this probably almost 2 months ago now, maybe a month and a half ago now, so if you notice, you'll probably notice my nails and stuff, and it doesn't really matter, but I figured I would put that out there. But yeah, this is kind of a typical what I might eat in a day, so I hope it helps you guys if you are trying to follow a plant-based diet, or if you're thinking of going into a plant-based diet, in seeing some recipes and just some ideas for some food to eat. So as always, I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, I guess let's just dive right in. Alright, so to start things off, we've got breakfast, and this is something I like when I'm feeling like I want to eat light in the morning. So I've got these vegan organic rice cakes with cinnamon on them, and then also a nice ripe banana. This is the perfect amount of spots. It's so good. I love bananas. And yeah, then you just grab yourself a plate, grab yourself a couple of those cakes there. If you've never had rice cakes before, they're basically just poofed up rice kernel things smooshed together into a cake. And yeah, then I just spread a dollop of peanut butter on each of the cakes, and then, wait for it, you probably guessed it, I chop up the banana and I distribute it. I cut the banana up and I put it on each of the cakes so that it's nice and yummy. You guys, it really is so good. Peanut butter and banana is just a perfect combination, and it really does fill you up in the morning. It would also be great with a cup of almond milk. We didn't have any, so you know, I just had some water, but yummy. There's my breakfast. And next up, lunchtime. So I'm gonna go ahead, pop some toast into the toaster. If you've watched any of my videos, really, you would know how much I love me a good sandwich. So, of course, I'm having a sandwich for lunch. So I like my bread. I usually like it a little bit toastier than this, but that's just the way it ended up. But then I spread some hummus on one of the sides of the bread. This one was red pepper roasted hummus, I believe. It's one of my favorite hummuses. And then also on the other half of the sandwich, go ahead and spread some pesto on there, and make sure there is no cheese. There are lots of pestos out there that have cheese in them. You can always make your own pesto if you can't find a cheeseless one. And then I put sun-dried tomatoes on top of the pesto. I am a nut for sun-dried tomatoes. I just love them. And also avocado. Look at how beautiful and happy that dancing little avocado was. So I'm just going ahead, slicing up half of it and distributing that evenly across the hummus there. So very yummy and delicious overall. And it's gonna be so freaking good that yes, even your cat is going to want some. But you have to remind him,
none for kitties.
So once you successfully shoo your cat away from your luncheon feast, I also decided to throw some fruit on the plate. Just a nice yummy mix of strawberries and blackberries. And then of course I forgot on my sandwich, I love putting mixed greens like a spring mix on top. It just adds a nice crunch and it's a good way to get your greens in for the day. So I went ahead and kind of, defiled my sandwich for the purposes of that. Sorry, I forgot. And then also, if you want a substitute for chips, regardless of whether you're plant-based or not, plantain chips, oh my gosh, roasted ones are so freaking good. I love them. So definitely give those a try if you've never tried them before. They're just crunchy and sweet and satisfying. I really, really love them, and I love that lunch that I made in general. It was really good. But once dinner rolls around, I need more to eat, the cycle of life. So go ahead, put a skillet onto the stove and put that on about a medium-low heat, and now you're gonna clean up some onions. This one red onion, it was a little, it was about to go bad, but I salvaged the good parts of it. Oh, by the way, we're making like a burrito bowl type of a thing here. So I go ahead and just chop up the red onion as evenly as I can. And then once the skillet is nice and hot, I melt some vegan butter in there and also some oil. I like to do a 50-50 mix just for taste, and also I just think it browns things really nicely. And then I just do the same thing with a yellow onion. Make sure these are nice, decently big-sized onions. You know, the more the merrier, at least I think so. I really like sauteed onions. I think they are delicious. So, like I said, just chop that into even-ish little slices, and then you can go ahead and add that to your purple onion. Red onion? Are they different? I don't know. But either way, put that in the pan, get those cooking. Remember, with onions, you want to do low and slow, people. Low and slow. You don't want to burn them by cranking up the heat too high and trying to cook them fast. They're just better when you take your time, you know? That's just the way onions are. But while that is going, you can also get your rice going. So I made a ton of rice just so I could eat it throughout the week. You don't have to make this much rice. I could never eat this much rice in one sitting. But for most white rices and whatnot, it is about a 2-to-1 mix of water and rice. So for every cup of rice, you would do 2 cups water. And then I am getting some peppers going. I think cleaning peppers is my least favorite thing to do in the world. I would rather do a lot of other things. I hate de-seeding peppers and cutting them up. I don't know what it is, but either way, we are going to be using a not onions anymore, we already did those, pepper. We're going to use a red pepper, a green pepper, and a yellow pepper. And like I said, you just gotta go through the process of cleaning it out. And once you do, then you can go ahead and chop up your peppers into even little slices. That green pepper, I'm pretty sure part of it was not so great, so hence I'm getting rid of some of it. But anyways, like I was saying, once those are all cleaned up, you can go ahead and chop them into even slices. I don't know measurements and stuff for this, you guys. Basically just cut them up nicely. I don't know, kind of bite-sized. Just remember that veggies and whatnot, when they do cook, they end up not shriveling, but they shrink quite a bit because of the water that gets out of it. So just chop them like you like, and then you are going to be adding this to your onions, which should be looking about like this. So they should have a bit of brown on them, but they shouldn't be done yet. So go ahead, add your peppers, get things all nice and mixed up in there, and then you're just gonna let those cook together. Add some salt and pepper, however much you like, mix it up real good, and cover it so it gets all nice and steamy in there. And again, you're gonna want to do this low and slow. It's the best way to cook vegetables. I don't know, I think so. And then your rice should be about done. And for this recipe, I do like to add a bit of cilantro to it, some nice, fresh, delicious cilantro. So you can just go ahead and pile that on and mix it into your rice. You don't have to add cilantro to your rice. I just think it infuses some nice flavor in there. And then also I like to squeeze some lime on top, a whole lime, a good dose of it. I love lime cilantro rice. It's just a beautiful flavor combination. And of course, while you're doing all of this, make sure you stir up your veggies every now and then. And then also in another bowl, I just mix together a can of black beans and a can of corn. You know, you can use fresh stuff too. It's cheaper to use canned stuff, and I think they taste just fine. So here is what your veggies should look like when they are done. So delicious. And so yeah, this is basically it, you guys. So you can go ahead, scoop your rice into a bowl, pile on tons of those veggies and also the corn and bean mixture. And with that, I also like to put some salsa in there. I just like a chunky, mild salsa. And then also avocado. You don't have to add avocado, but I really like it. Usually I would just do a half of an avocado, but the avocado that I had there was pretty freaking small. So yeah, this is the little burrito bowl that I like making. I think it's delicious. You can always add extra cilantro if you want, add extra lime juice, but it really is a delicious and hearty dinner, especially if you are accustomed and a lover of chipotle. So yeah, yeah, that is it for this video. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did find it helpful and or enjoyable seeing what I typically eat or sometimes eat in a day, please do go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? If you want to, you can go ahead and subscribe by clicking the subscribe button down below, and then you can see more content from me in the future. I'd love to have you here. So as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well, and until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!